Live from the Echo Network Studios here in Royal Oak, Michigan. This is Odd Musings, back live again, as we should be every week. Sometimes I don't think we're that week. I'm half alive today. But I'm Brett Pinson, one of the hosts. I do The Adventures of Carl, Boomtown Scabs, The Expendables, as well as a lot of other cool stuff. Along with me, as always, is
Scott Zambelli, creator of Emmanuel God With Us, and colorist supreme of HB Comics for the upcoming Legion of Justice comic book series. Looking forward to that. I actually start coloring this weekend.
Nice.
The first files have been sent to me, and the journey begins. So I'm excited for that.
Very cool, very cool. I always say as always, but I think we're already talking. You're going to be heading out to San Diego in a couple months, and I'll probably do the show without you that day.
Oh, no.
And then when you get back, I'll be gone, and you'll have to do the show that week without me.
We can get a beard to put on Carl.
In fact, there's going to be I'm looking at, I think there's going to be about 3 Wednesdays I will not be available.
Oh, no. We'll manage. We'll figure it out.
Actually, there'll be one. I'll be home. I'll be taking my sister to Universal on a Tuesday before Tampa Bay Comic-Con, and then Wednesday I'll be at her house. So we'll do the split screen call in like we did before, and then the following Wednesday I will not be available because I'll be at Universal again.
Yeah,
and that's what taking some fun time there, and so I'm gonna try to plan a special show when you're gone, though. And
Brett's energy level sounds really down today.
I am still recovering.
You got con crud.
I am the outbreak monkey. I was the first one sick at Motor City on Friday. It hit me full on upper respiratory.
Yeah, they wiped you out for a couple days there.
It really dragged me down. So those that come and saw me over the weekend, if I didn't seem fully myself, I apologize. I tried my best.
You were fine.
But I'm still a little tired and dragging.
Yeah, but you're doing good.
The crud's pretty much out. I do have with me my halls.
Yeah, and for those who aren't Comic-Con experienced, the con crud, as we have come to know it in the industry, it is real because you're interacting with so many people, and con crud is when you come back with a sickness you did not first attend there with.
Yeah. So I was really bummed.
You were out of commission Monday, and Tuesday.
What did I do Monday? I had some running to do because I had some stuff to take care of, but basically I went and got some drugs and
of the legal variety.
Legal variety, yeah. Aleve D is what I'm taking right now for sinus and cold. And the problem with that stuff is all that stuff messes with me. So I did not take one this morning. I can only really take it at night because I really it throws my head off. It throws everything.
Yeah, I get that foggy.
Yes,
and I hate it. I'd rather just suffer the actual symptoms of the cold than what happens.
Well, yes and no. I just want to knock it out, which I've about done. And I did have an adjustment yesterday. We'll talk about Loringer later. That always helps with a cold, and Dr. Anna does some extra treatment and you have it come in with it. I'm feeling good. Still a little stuffy. Yeah. Still a little dragging a little bit, tired and all that stuff. So I haven't worked at all this week since I got home.
But you're on the mend.
Yeah, getting better.
But with that...
but if anybody gets sick from Motor City, I did tell everybody right away, hey, I got a cold. I was fist pumping, trying not to spread it.
Right.
No, people insisted on hugs.
And you wash your hands and you do all those things too. So
I had sanitizer right there.
And I'm still healthy, and I stayed in the same room with you. So.
Right. But I think what it was is because it was an upper respiratory infection. It's not something that necessarily was catchy.
Right.
And I may have been developing it for a few days. I kind of felt all right, but there was some symptoms. I might have gotten some.
Yeah.
And but of course, working with Shipt like I've been doing, which we will have to share another link for you guys to go on if you want to start using Shipt for your grocery shopping to save get $10 of free groceries.
Yeah.
I think we created it as odd, but I'll look at the code again.
Yeah, I believe it was ODD.
Yep. And then but it was so I've taken a few days off from that, which I was going to try to work Monday, but since I was feeling I need to rest, but I'll start back up tomorrow, and I should be just fine and all that. But
that's okay. But on an exciting note, we did have Motor City Comic Con, and some of you might have noticed our impromptu, unexpected episode that just kind of unfolded.
We had a couple guests with us, and we all went out to dinner on Thursday. Yeah. Thanks to Dominic for recommending the Red Lantern Tavern.
What was it?
The Red Lantern Tavern.
Red Lantern? I thought it was Red Coat for some reason.
Or maybe it was Red Coat Tavern. Yeah, probably it's Red Coat.
I think it was
They
Red
had
Coat
the Red
Tavern.
Lanterns in there, but it was Red Coat Tavern. Red Coat Tavern.
They were not Green Lanterns.
No
Ryan Reynolds in a digital suit.
But it was here in Royal Oak.
That was very good.
We came out from Novi to Royal Oak. Wasn't a bad drive, but then excellent burger. You had the pot pie, which looked really good.
It was good. The crust, it was had this super fluffy crust. It was like an inch thick, but it was very fluffy. And the chicken pot pie part, the gravy and all that, was very delicious. I think
we're gonna have to go back there after a show one.
I would definitely go back there. It seems
prices
to be,
were good.
Seems to be one of Dominic's favorite places.
Yep, he's had everything on the menu. He said,
so he was really excited about us
pushing
going
the
there.
Piedmontese burger, though,
Piedmontese,
which is a special blend of beef. It's like 2% fat.
Is that like beef that was eaten by a monkey and pooped out?
No.
Oh, okay.
Thank goodness.
Well, that's like that expensive coffee.
Yeah, I don't want to know that.
It's like $100 a pound or something.
Yeah, I'm not drinking poop either. So, but it was a good burger. It was very juicy, tender.
Yeah, you had the Piedmontese.
I had that. Now his buddy Mike that was with us, he had the original burger, which is still their own blend. He said that was really good. Kevin was with him. He had the Piedmontese, and
then Vinny and Lisa of T-24 also joined us. So
and of course that day we got from them the shirts we're wearing. For you guys watching on video, we have new Odd Musing shirts. Done by our friends at T-24.
Yeah, these are so nice. And very comfortable.
They're available to purchase on demand at T-24.com/odd. Yep. We have a link on the Facebook page. We'll make sure there is one on the website.
And there's a 10% off code for
if you use code ODD, that's odd, you're going to get 10% off, and they always do free shipping. So it's $20 to $23 depending on the size of the shirt, and then you save 10%.
Yeah, and what's awesome is I kind of zoned out for a second there, Brett. I'm sorry. So in case you said this, I might be repeating it. I feel like Drax. Once you said plan, I tuned out.
Yeah.
No, but what's awesome is this is our official store in their website. Right. But you can still shop. You can shop for these shirts, but you can also shop their other selections, which is really nice.
Including the Groot shirt that Scott did design for them.
I did, yeah.
So
we're hoping to come up with some other designs to throw in on our store.
Right.
Get Odd into some cosplay maybe. And
we're going to do some fun stuff with that and turn them into Prince as well.
Prince?
Yep.
The singer?
Yeah. You just can't finger him. But
what?
That's an Animaniacs joke. Rob Paulson was at the show this past week, and I didn't get a chance to talk to Rob this time.
I did not know that joke, so.
Yeah, they were talking about they were looking for fingerprints, and you can't fingerprints, and you bring out Prince, and they're like, "Hi, everybody." But
there were some good guests there.
Yeah.
Rob Paulson. I didn't get a chance to go over there. I had one opportunity to go through the celebrity section.
Yeah.
And when I went through there, it just so happened every celebrity I actually wanted to see was away from their table. I'm like, really?
Friday was my big day. Thanks to Mom for coming out, as always, helping out with the show. And she allows me the chance to go and geek out a little bit. I budgeted for this show. And I got a chance to meet, there was 2 celebrities I really wanted to meet. I actually met 3. I saw a few others, but the 2 I really wanted to get was Don Gibb. He played the ogre in Revenge of the Nerds, as well as he's in Bloodsport, played Jackson. And I've been talking for a long time, like, that's a guy you never see at shows. And I told him that. He goes, I used to do shows, but it was very difficult when it was just me. Now I've got an agency here that helps me out and makes it easier for me to show up and interact with the fans, and they help control things and handle the stuff I don't like to handle.
Right.
He goes, so it makes it a lot easier. And he was great. Nice guy. I took a photo with him. I shared it on my personal page. I should throw it up on the Odd Musings page too. But right before I met him, I looked over and Larry B. Scott was there, who played Lamar in Revenge of the Nerds. He was also in a few other movies I liked from the 80s, like Space Camp. He was in Iron Eagle, a ton of other stuff. And always funny. And I looked, and the beauty of both these guys, plus they had Julie Montgomery, who played the cheerleader in Revenge of the Nerds, the main cheerleader. Their autograph price included a photo with him, which is getting very rare at a show to do that. And I saw that. I was like, he was like $25. And I said, I got to meet Larry B. Scott. I always liked him as an actor. And so I got to. And of course, I went up and I said, well, you don't have anything from Iron Eagle. And he's like, I know. He goes, I'm on they got it on my banner, but they're not anything here. And so we talked a little bit about Iron Eagle and that, which I geeked out on. And he goes, well, what do you want? I said, well, let me get it. Go ahead and get to this one of you dancing as Lamar. And he put on there. He goes, what do I put? I said, whatever you want. So he put party on there. And then I took a picture with him, and it was really great to meet him. Don Gibb was awesome.
It's always fun when you get to meet them and they're cool.
Yeah. Great experience with those guys. And then I waited. His flight was late. He got in later expecting, but I went over and met Ethan Embry. One of my all-time favorite movies is That Thing You Do. And so I took my Laserdisc cover. I didn't have the disc itself, which he was actually a little disappointed about because he goes, is this a Laserdisc? And he opened up and I said, well, I left the disc at home because I didn't want it to get damaged.
Right.
And he goes, oh man, I'd love to have seen that.
A little hard to replace those.
But I told him, I said, I bought that. I remember seeing the movie in the theater, and then when it first came out, and it came out on like VHS at the time, it was pre-DVD, and then Laserdisc. And the day Laserdisc came out, I bought it. Yeah. And because I wanted the widescreen, I wanted the quality at the time, which was better than VHS. And I only bought movies I truly loved on Laserdisc because it's a little bit more than VHS. But so I had that signed by him, and it's one of those things where I'm going to get framed up, but eventually I hope to meet some of the other cast members and get that signed too.
Yeah, I was able, when I did walk around, actually, there were some celebrities I was hoping to see. I mean, I didn't make enough money this weekend to actually geek out and get autographs, but I saw Lucy Lawless. She's someone I'd love to meet for an autograph sometime.
I went and saw Jenna Elfman.
Jenna Elfman.
She looked great.
Actually, I went back twice. She was away both times.
I walked by one time, I saw her, and I looked at her and I was like, you look like, I didn't talk to her, but I'm thinking to myself, you look like you just stepped off the set of Dharma and Greg.
Really?
She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And everybody that came by the table that said they met her said she was just wonderful. Yeah. And I was like, how awesome is that?
And that's one of the cool things about a show like Walking Dead, though. Someone like her, you would never picture in Walking Dead. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that was cool. I'm trying to think about like Stephen Amell. I was hoping to see. Stephen Amell is interesting because he's actually like 6'2" or something. But I don't know. From watching Arrow, he always seems shorter. Yeah. But
it's the way they shoot him. Plus, the girls, they all put in higher heels and platforms.
Right. But then you see fans who are as tall as me have pictures with him, and they're showing me, and he's like a couple inches taller than them, and it's like, oh, I thought he'd like be my height or shorter. But he's tall. He's like 6'2", and he had an awesome appearance on American Ninja Warrior.
Oh, okay. I know you watched that show.
Yeah, he did. They had a special celebrity edition. Yeah, and he killed it. I mean, because he posts a lot of videos of his training on his Facebook page and stuff. He does a lot of parkour type stuff and a lot of strength training and really cool. He is physically fit. Of all the superheroes out there, he's one of the ones. Even if you compare it to like the Chris Evans and all these, of all the actors who do it, he's the one that can actually probably do the most like hardcore movement. For his scenes, because he really does train hard to.
And he does a lot of his stuff for Arrow. Yeah. Even though I don't watch Arrow anymore, it's nothing against him. I like him. The writing's just been bad.
The writing has it's become a soap opera.
Yeah, and I just didn't enjoy it anymore. But I liked him. I like him as an actor. I like him as a person because he's really big on his F cancer charity. Yep. And he does a lot of stuff for that. And I think he even promotes that stuff. I saw a lot of people wearing shirts from it and stuff like that over the weekend. And that. But yeah, we had a lot of good stuff. I did talk to Jordan Trevilian.
Oh, did you get to see her?
I saw her on Friday when I went over there, and her and I got a chance to catch up. I hadn't talked to her in a while. And
she's been busy.
And she's got a couple more movies coming out this year. And good. If I hadn't come down with, I was feeling fine that morning. It was really the crud hit me that afternoon and evening. I wanted to try to do an interview with her, and I wanted to try to do one with another friend of mine, Heather Creeder, who was there over the weekend with her My Little Demons. Her Kickstarter was funded in 25 hours.
That's awesome.
She's got a new plushie, Series 3 coming out. So if you Google Heather Creeder, My Little Demons, she's got a lot of cool stuff coming out with the Kickstarter. It's going out for another 30... K-R-E-I-T-E-R.
There you go.
Or just put in Kickstarter, just put in My Little Demons. Yeah. And that. Check out the new plushie she's got coming out. She's got a lot of good rewards going on there. And she had a killer show, she said, and I was really glad to hear that. She's had a rough go like we have at times, but she's doing really good with that Kickstarter.
Even more awesome than meeting celebrities, we got to meet some other awesome people this weekend.
We did. This was we're just past that year mark we talked about a few weeks ago, and this is the second Motor City we've had after starting on music. First, of course, nobody really knew who we were doing the show. They knew us as artists, but we got to see, and it was our first time coming to a Comic-Con.
Yes.
So one of our super fans, Sue McBride.
That's right.
And it was so exciting. I saw her coming out to the show, and I commented that, hey, I'm at F14. She goes, I know, I'm going to come see you. And first time she came by, I was getting autographs. And she came by again, and when she did, I took her right over to meet Scott, and we got a picture together, which we posted on iMusic.
Which was photobombed.
Yep. Photobombed by Sweetums from Muppets. minutes. And Scott and I are wearing the Odd Musing shirts.
Yep.
And of course, she really wanted it. She was actually not really mad, but she was really upset that she couldn't buy one at the show. And I was like, well, they're just now out. These just got done this week, and we got the website to go up. It went up in the morning on Saturday.
And she ordered like
and
5
I
minutes
shared
later.
it, and she commented, ordered.
Yep.
And it got to the show, and Vinny and Lisa like, we already have an order. I was like, yeah, it was Sue.
Yep.
So we got to see Sue, and it was great. And it was her first Comic-Con. She had a blast, so I can't wait to see her come out to future Comic-Cons.
Yeah. It was so nice meeting her. She's
took her around to meet Dominic and a few other people that we know, and when we talk about stuff at the show, she on the radio now, she knows everything. So
yeah, that was great. And speaking of Dominic, we have to. There is a reason why he's not here today. Yeah. His cover story is that
these adults, it's like, man, I'm not getting any older. What's going on here?
Well, that's where the Comic-Con circuit, it's kind of a self-contained ecosystem of family in a way.
Yeah, we end up meeting a lot of, and then become friends as well as fans and stuff like that. And, it's such a unique environment that I never thought I'd see it like that.
Right.
And then as the years have gone on, it's gotten more and more like that. But speaking of family, as I talk about being sick, I had to go yesterday to see Loringer Family Chiropractic, and I'm going to let Scott talk about that while I drink some
stuff. All right. Loringer Family Chiropractic. Your journey to wellness begins here. Build a healthy lifestyle with chiropractic care at Loringer Family Chiropractic Center. They take great pride in providing the finest chiropractic care to each and every patient. Loringer Family... I cannot talk.
Oh, poor Scott.
Blah, blah, blah. Loringer Family Chiropractic offers on-site digital x-rays, massage therapy, orthotics by foot levelers, Young Living essential oils, aromatherapy, full line of vitamins, and a family-oriented environment. Call them at 734-697-4244 or visit LoringerFamilyChiropractic.com, and we have the link for you at oddmusings.com in the sponsors section, so go there.
I talked to Dr. Anna yesterday. I'll be messaging Dr. Corinne next week. We'll be scheduling her to come in to talk, spend an hour to talk about, really get in depth on chiropractic care. Since she's new in the field, a couple years out of graduation, she's got a lot of the newer techniques they're doing and things like that. So we'll be able to talk a lot of that fun stuff, as well as what they do there at Loringer's that I think sets them apart from everybody else.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
Definitely,
we'll check them out and let them know Odd Music sent you.
Yeah. So we got movie news.
So this weekend we had Comic-Con in the Motor City here, but there was a lot happening. We had Deadpool 2 come out.
Now, we have not seen it, guys, so we're not going to give you any spoilers.
Between just how busy we've been, we wanted to, but the opportunities we had, they were sold out.
Yeah, I looked and I was like, we can go see it. Well, we either not sit together, which would not be fun, even though we don't talk through the movie, or we're all sitting in the very front row, and I'm like, no, don't want to do that either.
Right. So we'll be, actually, I think I'm going to force myself to see. I might stay up past 9 tonight just so I can see it. I don't know.
I'm tempted. I'm starting to feel better and want to go see it. And
I really want to see it because everybody who talked to me about it said they either liked it as much as the first or they liked it even better than the first. I don't think I've heard anyone say anything bad about it.
Well, I like all the trailers I've seen for it. So.
Yeah, so definitely looking forward to it. And my hero in the movie, I want to learn more about him, is Peter. I just absolutely loved him in the trailer where he's the one guy with no superpowers. Yeah. So I really want to see how he partakes, or how he becomes part of it.
Is that the guy from Parks and Rec?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
Are you talking about...
he looked like the guy who likes bacon and eggs.
Yeah, no, it's not him. I'm not sure who the actor is.
Yeah.
But it looks good. And they opened up with a $300 million weekend for their global.
Worldwide, yeah.
Yeah, so that's
over $125 million here in the States. I think
that's excellent.
That's very good. For an R-rated superhero movie, to pull in those kind of numbers. It didn't break the R-rated record, but I think the hardest part with this one was the first one was released in February. This one came out in May, so it's a lot more competition, because if you looked at, even Infinity War still pulled in like 28 million over the weekend.
Yeah, and they're at 1.8 billion globally now.
Yeah,
wow,
it's just going insane. And I think what's also fueling it is you had Black Panther come out on Blu-ray. People saw that, now and they're going back to see Infinity War to see how that ties in.
And then we got Solo coming out this Thursday, so May is a very crowded month.
Yeah, Joe asked if we were going to see Solo. I said I'm going tomorrow night. I'll see it at the fan event at 6.
Yeah, I have a little story to tell about that.
Go ahead.
I'm conflicted. So, as those who know, I've been boycotting opening weekend. I'm still going to see Solo. My plan was to see it Monday. I just didn't want my totals to be included in opening weekend. That's my way of protesting Episode 8. But anyways, come to find out, a good friend of mine, they like to rent out a theater, and they already bought the tickets, and they have extra tickets. So they told me about it, and I'm like, I'm boycotting it. I'm not going to see it. And they're like, well, but the ticket's already paid for, and if you don't go, it's a sold ticket anyways. It's an empty seat, so whether you go or not, it's already bought. I'm like, curse you. So I'm like, well, if it's already bought, I might as well see it.
I think you should go with the protest sign. I'm watching this under duress. I still blame Kathleen Kennedy and Ryan Johnson for destroying.
I want the costume. I want that shirt that they were wearing at Comic-Con.
Yeah,
Ryan Johnson.
You should go get a. You can buy the T-shirt things and print them off at home real quick and make your own. So,
but I will say I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Soul. I really do think they're going to do an excellent job. You got Lawrence Kasdan, as I said, writing.
I I think it's great. It's
I
going to be a
think
good
Ron
movie.
Howard knows how to translate a script. I'm looking forward to it. Plus, he did Willow.
He did.
And Willow has that feel of Star Wars, which now there's rumors of Willow 2 now. I wonder if Ron Howard worked that into his deal somehow.
Might have. Now, it was Lucas that came, with him, worked together on that, and they have been friends forever. They've been friends since American Graffiti.
Yeah, and he's such a great director, Ron Howard.
He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, he's awesome.
In terms of my top 5 directors, he's in that top 5. Really, it's he's up there with Robert Rodriguez, George, Steven Spielberg. There's people that kind of come in and out of it all the time. Sidney Lumet's one of my favorite all-time directors. He's did a lot of fantastic stuff over the years.
Yeah.
And then you can go through and say, well, there's so many people better than this or that. It's about who really inspired me in different ways, and those inspired me the best.
But I think as far as directors go, he's a good. I think he's a great director in how he. I think he brings the script to life in the intended way. Some directors try to make it their own. I think he's excellent at making it what
he understands is that you have the writers involved.
Yes.
And too many directors come in and want to be an auteur, but they didn't write the script. So they try to change it on the fly. It's like, no, you don't want to do that. He understands that, okay, there's things you do, and you shoot the script, and once in a while things will happen where you say, okay, well, we shot the script, and you have some ad-lib stuff, or let's try this just a little different to see how this goes. But he always shoots the script.
Yes.
And he's got a very solid way to do it. He's not trying to, make it. He's got a certain look to it.
Well, and that's just it. You can make it your own and still shoot the script. It's your style and how you shoot. It's, because he understands, for instance, there's always this clip where I guess he does this teaching class thing where it shows, depending on the mood and feeling you're trying to convey, you'll have the camera angle set a certain way to draw attention to the thing that you want attention drawn to. And that matters.
Yeah, he understands framing. He understands lighting. He works with directors of photography that really understand a lot of that stuff that can help convey his message. Mm-hmm. So that's what makes him a great director. And you can see that in everything he does.
Right.
And here's a guy that, as an actor, wanted to learn filmmaking. And when you read about articles with him and stuff like that, he talked about, on American Graffiti, he was talking with George the whole time about how do you do this, how do you do that. And it wasn't too long after that, he got a hold of Roger Corman, and he was like, Roger Corman wanted him to film. He's like, well, I want to direct a movie. And he goes, of course you do. He goes, no, I really do.
Did he direct the jumping the shark scene?
No. But he did do a movie called Eat My Dust that he stars in that I believe he also got, and it allowed him to go to a couple of Corman films to direct.
What I love about Ron Howard more than anything, he's still a humble guy.
Yes.
He's a great guy. He's not all into himself. Even when they had the Happy Days reunion a while back, he came back.
Yeah.
Usually people of that caliber are like, oh, no, I don't want to be associated with that. He understood that was his roots, Happy Days.
Well, yeah, Happy Days, and even, the Andy Griffith Show.
Oh, yeah.
He understood, because he learned so much from us.
I mean, basically his whole life we've seen on film.
Yeah. I mean, and his whole family is interesting. I heard a great podcast with his brother, Clint. And I met Clint once at Pittsburgh, and Clint was an awesome guy. No, it was 3-4 years ago now.
Pittsburgh, we haven't been there a bit.
That was the last Pittsburgh Comic-Con I did. And it was great to meet him and talk to him because of his, acting as a kid and stuff like that. And, but I heard a great podcast with them. They talked about, their dad. And Rance just died last year and 90 years old. Their mom died several years ago. Mm-hmm. But their dad, Rance Howard, has been a character actor that acted for many years. And he talked about how his dad, kind of helped their careers as their kids. But as they got older and stuff like that, they saw the work ethic that he had. And that translates to the work ethic they do.
Exactly.
And I'll tell you what, that'd be something. If we could ever swing getting Clint Howard in here to talk for an hour with us would be awesome. Because I think the insight he has into the industry is unique because he's done so many different things as a character actor. He really is like his dad. But he's a little more well known.
Right.
But it's funny, you talk about it, they go, well, your brother's going to put you in that film. He goes, no, I don't think he's putting me in this one. And he's done films with him, of course. But there's a lot of times he still has to kind of try out, or his brother's like, I really don't have a part for you. And
Ron Howard even played himself in This Is Us.
Yes.
He was the director for a Stallone movie.
Yeah.
That I'm blanking on the
Kevin.
Kevin got cast for. floor. And of course, in true This Is Us fashion, it had to not work out, and then everyone was depressed and spiraled into drug use and alcohol.
But it was. I like that too, and it shows that. I mean, there was when he left. I know when he left Happy Days. Yep. There was like a little animosity or something like that. People, they're mad he left because he was the star of the show. Right. I mean, him and the Fonz, him leaving. He did come back a little bit, but he wanted to go. He goes, I got to move on. He was trying to, and then he goes and directs Splash after that. Yep. And that really launched his career. Splash, then Cocoon, and everything. He's been there.
You go back and look at his career. He's been associated with so many big things.
Yeah.
But
well, when I heard that they had to bring him in to help fix the problems that they had on set with Solo, it's been well documented on the internet. You can go and research that. I looked and said, this is a good thing. That actually brought me back around to really be excited about it.
I agree.
Because I like his work. I know his ethics and that stuff in terms of making movies and that. Mm-hmm. And he's one of those directors that truly loves the movies.
He does.
And he studied the films more than everything. So I think that's awesome on that.
And he's one of those people I would truly enjoy meeting, I think, in Hollywood.
Yeah, it's like when Clint had something signed by him, and I said, oh, that's pretty cool. And he goes, well, did you want to get it? I said, no, I'm going to get something from you. I said, I would love to have
Clint had something signed by Ron?
Yeah. I said,
did you ask him if he had to pay for it? Or?
Yeah. I told him
he had to wait in line.
Well, it wasn't charging that much for it. And I said, you know what? I'd love to buy that, but I said it'd be kind of cool. But I said at the same time, I said I'd rather wait till I get a chance to meet your brother, if I get a chance, and then or that way, or a picture with him.
That's for me. That's I mean, there are people who collect autographs, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I want autographs when I meet the person. Right. I don't like the secondhand.
That's the whole thing with me is either autographs or pictures. Because even if I don't have a picture with them, I have the autograph. Say, oh yeah, and here's the story behind.
Here's the question: what would you prefer, a photo with them or a selfie with them? To me, a selfie is more important.
It depends. It's like I did that selfie technically with the gal from Nightmare on Elm Street at the Motor City Nightmares, but she actually said, "Here, let somebody else just take the photo." They called it a selfie at first to pay for it, but
well, they have selfie pricing.
Yeah, either way, if either way is fine with me because I'm not good at taking selfies, unlike you, who takes selfies like crazy. Scott is the selfie king.
I only took 2 this morning.
Yeah, this morning. But
I didn't post either, though.
You should have.
The lighting wasn't right.
But
we got filter, no makeup.
We got a nice little tangent there about Ron Howard and that. So.
No, he's great. But yeah, that was in regards to Solo movie. So in the answer to Joe's question, which took us 20 minutes to answer, yes, we are seeing Solo.
And no, you're not invited.
That's right. But another thing that was released this weekend,
the Shazam poster.
Yeah.
Zach Levi.
Yeah.
I am a big fan of Chuck. They put it back on Amazon Prime a couple weeks ago, so I'm watching the first season right now.
Me and Ashley used to watch that all the time.
Love that show.
Loved Chuck. Loved Morgan. All the characters.
Yeah. And that's one I haven't seen in a long time.
And as I like to point out, both Zachary Levi and Yvonne Stravohosky had the opportunity and pleasure of meeting me in San Diego Comic-Con a few years ago. I have pictures to prove it. And the smiles on their faces are genuine, so you can tell they're excited to meet me.
Yep.
So it was a good time. Actually, it was awesome. That's when he did Nerd HQ.
Yeah.
It was only $10 for pictures with each of them, separate pictures, $10 each.
Oh my God, yeah.
That was it.
You can't beat that.
No, you can't. You can't beat that with a stick.
No. But some people want like $80 to take a photo with him at Comic-Con.
Yeah,
so.
And he was there doing his Nerd HQ, and it was all to raise money for his charity. And I'm blanking on it. It's like Smiles or something like that. It takes care of the cleft palate.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about because Rob Paulson has done stuff for them and stuff like that. But yeah, it's
unfortunately, last year they weren't able to set up for whatever reason with Nerd HQ, and Zachary Levi he put out a very helpful message to the fans that he couldn't do it there. Because honestly, for me, San Diego Comic-Con, the event itself is cool, but if I was a fan going there,
right,
90% of my time would be at Nerd HQ, and I'd walk the floor once at San Diego, then I'd spend the rest of the time at Nerd HQ or the events outside.
Yeah,
I think those are actually more fun personally.
Cool.
They have some amazing panels they do and stuff, and I've gotten to meet a few celebrities there over the years. So hopefully he does it again, especially with Shazam.
Right. I assume he's going to be there for Shazam because they just released a poster. We were talking about this, and it's like, okay, I was kind of concerned about it, but Scott kind of said, well, they're doing like a big style movie because it is, young Billy Batson, and then when he says Shazam, he becomes
Warner Brothers has officially said it is big, but with superheroes. Yeah. For those who don't remember, we're talking about big as in the Tom Hanks movie where he was a young kid who made a wish and overnight woke up the next day and ended up
I wish I was big.
Yeah, that? Was that the one with the genie? He made the wish.
It was the Zoltar machine.
Yeah, that's where he made the wish.
Yep.
And of course, the famous scene with the piano on the ground.
Yep.
Fun movie. Great movie.
I still, and that's another one that's funny, kind of ties to Ron Howard a little bit. It's, it was Penny Marshall directed it, and her brother helped create, Happy Days and all this other stuff. So
that's right.
There's a slight little
6 degrees of separation.
Yeah, it's like half a degree there. So
but where is Kevin Bacon in all this?
He's sitting back going, I was there.
He was joining the Avengers.
Yep. But so
it does. The suit looks better now that it's the final production photo, because we saw the altered photos
supposedly on the set and stuff like that.
and the suit does look goofy on set, but they still have to do all the digital enhancements and everything that they now do to make superhero movie, like even the Captain America and all them. Like Iron Man looks ridiculous on set because it's all he's wearing is like the shoulder piece and that's it, and he's got jeans on for the rest of the costume because they digitally add it. It's amazing how much they do digitally now,
right?
And you don't
and it looks so real. So it does look good. I like Zach Levi enough that regardless, I was going to go see this Shazam movie. So when it comes out, I'm going to see it.
But what's interesting, and this was on Nerdist, is the poster they released is very bright. Yeah. It's kind of a lighthearted, very colorful. It's such a different take on the DC universe from their previous movie releases, and they were just speculating on, does this show that, now that Snyder's out, this is how the DC universe is going to be post Snyder.
I really hope so.
Yeah, because even
I want to see it more lit up. Yeah, because you mentioned Aquaman, which I hadn't seen, but
they were billing as Romancing the Stone.
Yeah, which as a movie I really like with Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner and
had
Danny
humor.
DeVito and
has some humor in it, lightheartedness in it.
It's an adventure with humor, and I think that's the thing I always felt was missing from the Batman and Superman movies we've had recently. Has been the humor to me wasn't there.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing where I think DC got it wrong is they wanted dark and gritty and real, but life has humor in it too, and
it is, and it doesn't have to be a raucous comedy.
No,
but it's and you don't even go Guardians of the Galaxy comedy. I'm talking but they're trying to be so serious that it took away from the enjoyment of the film.
Yeah, the way I heard it best described, and I wish I remember who said it. It might have been George Lucas, but I don't know. They were talking about how they make movies and they related it to music.
Yeah.
And how the emotion of a music is like notes in a song, and you need high notes to accentuate the low notes.
Right.
And what they were talking about is if you have something dark content, you need stuff in there to lighten the mood. You raise the mood up and up, and then that way when the dark thing happens, you feel the drop.
Right.
Whereas if it's just constantly dark, you don't have that ride, that emotion, that roller coaster drop that happens in emotion, and you lose something there. Yeah. And I think that's where hopefully DC is finding their footing now, because I really want to, the actors playing the roles, I'm enjoying. Yeah. Even Aquaman, which while he's not Aquaman as I picture him, the actor I like from the clips I've seen, because I still haven't seen Justice League. I refuse to. But the clips, I like the humor.
Yeah, I liked him actually in Justice League as basically Arthur Curry / Aquaman. But he
does not look like an Arthur Curry.
No. But cough is coming back a little bit.
Revenge of the cough.
Yeah.
So anyways, I'm really excited to see where the DC universe is going in this new phase they're starting.
Right.
And another announcement had to do with Spider-Man.
Yeah, we got Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Brett, are you okay, Brett?
Yeah, I'm all right.
All right.
It's just that stupid cough wants to come back.
Yep.
But
just say no.
Yeah, just say no. Yeah, it's the neat thing we're talking about is how the film's going to fit into the next Avengers, because it comes out 2 months afterwards.
Yeah, 2 months after. Now the movies coming out from Marvel between now and then are all taking place at different time frames. You got Captain or Miss Marvel. What are they calling it? Miss Marvel or
first
Captain
is
Marvel?
Ant-Man.
Well, Ant-Man, which is taking place
Ms.
prior. And then
Ms. Marvel's in the 90s.
And my speculation is I think Ant-Man is happening just before / during Infinity War.
Right.
And I have a feeling the end of it is going to tie into the end of Infinity War.
Yeah,
that's my speculation.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah, and then you got Miss Marvel, which is the 90s, which, as we spoke about before, we're going to see the origin story of Nick Shield and Coulson.
Nick Fury.
Nick Fury and Coulson.
Coulson will be in it. And then we've also basically got a Kree-Skrull War, which if you read the comics, you can buy a trade of the Kree-Skrull War comic series, which it won't be that. It's not going to be that storyline because it's only a 2-hour movie. But
although there is some like the costume that we see Miss Marvel in with the green, that is her undercover uniform that she wears in the in that book line. So it does indicate the Kree-Skrull. It's hard.
Well, and the fan poster I saw today, if they really have if Lee Pace is in it, and I haven't confirmed he is,
I can't remember.
And he is playing Ronan, then we get the birth of what happened in the first Guardians. Everything that happened before that, so brings him back, so we can see the Kree-Skrull War that led to him wanting to be become the Enforcer and going after the first gem.
Yeah, because I think I read before Lee Pace was in it,
which would be great because he is, as a Kree, he's an offshoot of the main Kree, but he was part of the original fighting between the Krees and the Skrulls, and then when Nova Corps was born around that time, so it should all deal with all that too.
Right. Let's see. I'm going to pull up the IMDb for.
Well, while you do that real quick, let's take a quick break here because I got to talk about International Minute Press before we get too much time.
Good idea.
But International Minute Press in Plymouth, Michigan prints and promotes and designs you. They are artist-owned and operated. Joe and his team, like Bridget, who was watching here today, I saw his wife, as the rest of the clan there, understands what it takes for emerging and established artists to get noticed. From ash cans to rack cards, posters, banners, and Comic-Con booth materials, IMP of Plymouth has the tools to help you stand out. Contact them today at 734-414-6203 or visit them in person at 1058 South Main Street in Plymouth, Michigan, or online at myprinter.intlminutepress.com. Let them know that Odd Musings sent you, and whatever you order, you will receive 20% off, excluding any special promos they have going on at this time, of course. But it's a great way to get some stuff. Like for artists like us, we get our prints through them. Going to get some business cards eventually as I get low on those, as well as a few other things. I'll be stopping in there to talk to him about a couple things I need to talk about on the personal side, separate from Odd Musings. So, Joe, I'm coming for you. Don't worry, I'm going to get you. But so check out International Minute Press there in Plymouth, Michigan. One of our favorite sponsors, along with Lorangers, and because of our T-shirts, a little bit of T-24 love today.
And if you came out to Motor City Comic Con this last weekend and saw our artwork, that's what it's printed on, International Minute Press. So I was able to look up Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Lee Pace is listed as Ronan in it. Okay. So he's for sure. And of course, Sam Jackson as Nick Fury.
Yeah. And everything I heard from before, even during Infinity War, I was like, it's got to be they're dealing with this Kree-Skrull War.
Yeah. And, you know who else has come back from Guardians?
Who's that?
I can never say his name. Dijon, whatever his name. The guy who said when Star-Lord introduces himself as Star-Lord and he goes, who?
Oh, okay. Yeah. He was one of Ronan's guys.
Yes. So he's in it. But you know who else is in it?
Who's that?
This ties back to the Shazam movie in a way.
Okay.
Because of the ties to Chuck. Vic Sahay, which is
really?
Lester.
Yeah.
Part of the mega band Jester.
Yes.
He's in it. Obviously not playing
Jester.
Lester.
Jester is awesome.
Jester was awesome. I love them. And those two were awesome.
If you go online, they have all kinds of stuff on YouTube. Because they did some Jester stuff as promo stuff between like seasons like 3, 4, and 5 for Chuck. And it was just awesome. But yeah, you got to love Jester.
Yeah, we got Robert Kaczynski in it, he's in Pacific Rim. And he was one of the pilots. I think he was the kind of the hothead pilot. There, but Warcraft. He was in a bunch of stuff. But very cool. It looks like some great casting. Marvel, that's one of the things, I think that's really Marvel's secret power is their casting ability. Annette Bening.
And think about this. I knew Annette Bening was going to be. Like she mentioned on an interview or something else that she was going to be in the Marvel movie, but she couldn't say what.
Okay.
So whatever her role is, it's still top secret. But that's the thing I love about these movies, and that we've talked about so much about the Marvel. People always think we're only Marvel. I love DC characters. I just wish they do better movies. And I love Wonder Woman. The Wonder Woman movie is my favorite of them all.
Oh yeah, Wonder Woman was great.
But it's the fact that they can go back and we're going to do a Ms. Marvel. We're going to our first female starring superhero movie, but we're tying it in to everything else that's come these last 10 years, and they're doing it in a way by bringing all these characters back. Instead of trying to go forward, it's like, yeah, we can tell you some pre-stuff here. Here's some origin stuff that's going to tie into something going forward. So it's a good way to jump around without feeling like they're rehashing the same thing over and over. So I'm real excited about that.
Definitely. I'm looking at the directors, Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck. I don't recognize either of those names. Both of them are known for the movie Half Nelson and Sugar. That's interesting. I wonder if they're a team, because a lot of the Room 1, these are all the same. A lot of these are the same movies that the other one was listed for, so they must work as a team somehow.
Maybe they're tied into the writing, directing side of it, and
maybe
you get a lot of that.
A lot of their list is.
I always find it funny though, because you see this more and more, and I remember Robert Rodriguez had such a big problem with what was one him and Frank Miller did together. Why am I blanking? Also,
Sin City.
Sin City, yes, because they were on the co-director credits, and the Directors Guild wouldn't do it, so he quit the Directors Guild to do it. And they were saying, well, you can only have one director. And I'm like, well, we see this all the time now, especially, and we saw before, the Wachowski brothers and everything else. So that was more of a political
The Directors
thing.
Guild has the notorious fallout with George Lucas, too.
He quit them, too.
Yeah.
So
they tried to blacklist him. It didn't work too well.
Nope. He's got the biggest franchise the world will ever see. So it spawned so many different things and so many different products. Yes.
Definitely.
So, but so we've kind of covered a lot today. We're talking like we're going to have enough. Well, of course we do. We get talking and we start rambling on. And
so things coming up. We have Memorial Day weekend here.
Yeah, it's a big holiday. The kickoff of summer starts this weekend.
Kickoff of summer.
Here in Michigan, we're going to be like mid-80s all weekend. Yeah. So it's going to be nice and warm. Hopefully we don't get too much rain and people can enjoy getting out there. I'll be working all weekend, but I'll be outside quite a bit of it. So I'm looking forward to that. We've got Solo starting this weekend like we talked about.
Dominic will be in the Phoenix Comic Fest for all you Arizonians.
Yeah, so you guys go out there and see Dominic and
bring a bush.
Yeah. Yeah, anybody can post a picture with Dominic and you've brought in a shrub.
Yeah, bring a shrub to Dominic.
Send it to us at Odd Musings, and then we'll private message you and we'll send you a little gift or something.
I still say we have to, as soon as we get off the air, we got to grab his Mess Bucket Comics title belt and put it on a bush and take
it. Yeah. Well, and the tumbleweeds are waiting for him. So,
and then we got you're going to be in 2 weeks in Tricon.
A week from Friday, Virginia. I head down to West Virginia for Tricon. There, I'm looking forward to that.
You'll get to see T-24.
T-24 will be there. Billy Tucci's going to be there, hanging with me a little bit. A few other people will be there as well. That
you say hanging, I picture you like hanging off of a cliff or something.
Oh, we are that cool though. Yeah. And there's cliffs there in West Virginia, so we'll be like, hey. and then of course,
or a guy named Cliff. I don't know which.
But so I get to see those guys, and then the following weekend is a personal weekend for me. I'll be doing a concert with Kevin Minert.
That's right, Primus.
Seeing Primus. I'm at Freedom Hill, and then
I can't picture you at Primus.
Yeah, I'm going on Saturday to Primus, and then Sunday to see Wicked down in Toledo. So I got a busy weekend of entertainment that weekend.
You're going to go through culture shock.
I think the cool thing is Kevin's bringing his daughter Sophie, and it's her first concert.
Yeah,
and I'm real excited to see how she is with that. She's real excited, and he messaged me up.
Freedom Hill?
Freedom Hill, yeah.
It's a nice venue. It's not far from my house. Freedom Hill's it's a nice small venue, but it's got everything you need there. So.
It sounds like we had good seats too. He's saying something like 6th row or something like that. So I was like, cool.
Yeah, it's an outdoor, but it's got the pavilion comes over.
Yeah, you got Freedom Hill and then DTE, which is, we all know around here is Pine Knob.
Yep.
It'll always be Pine Knob. I don't care what they change the name to. It's like that too. Those outdoor venues with the grass.
Screw you, DTE. Yep. We refuse to.
You should have kept it. You should have called it DTE Pine Knob, man. Not just DTE. Take all my money from electricity.
Be careful, they might shut off your electricity. Power.
Yeah, I did twice at the show. Remember, we had the thunderstorm and the power went out twice. Then of course everybody acts like a kid, like, hey! Of course, I had a guy next to me that was a cosplayer, or down my aisle was a cosplayer, and he had a light on, and it's like picture like front. He flicks on his big shop light,
blinds everyone.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, where did this come from? And that, cool. And then the week after that, I'll talk more about this. Is the Kids Read Comics with Dan Michigan hosting that one. It's got a nice little guest list down at the Ann Arbor Public Library. That's a cool way. If you guys have been wanting to check out something with comic books, and this isn't a comic con in the traditional sense, it's actually focused on kids comics and stuff like that. It's a free event at the Ann Arbor Public Library, and I don't normally use that F word like that. I don't like to swear like that, but free. Yeah, but it is no charge to get in. I'll be set up there. There's like 50 other people set up there. I know Jay Fozzick's going to be there. One of the guests is Judd Winnick. He's coming in.
Maybe there could be a Carl meets Bodie.
I tried to do that at the Comic-Con this past weekend, but I went over to the table and Jay wasn't there, but Bodie was.
Oh, you should have.
So
you should have taken Bodie.
Well, yeah. Well, I saw Jay was talking to somebody a couple tables down.
Never touching up.
I'm gonna get a hold of Jay if he hears this podcast. I'm gonna try to get a hold of Jay, and let's try to have a Bodie Carl meet up that weekend and do a quick picture and stuff like that. And so that's definitely a cool event coming up, and that's my last appearance until I go to Tampa Bay in August.
There you go.
And I know you've got San Diego coming up in July, and
that's it.
And
a little bit afterwards. Not much this year.
And if you're looking for a home, don't forget to check out Scott
Realtor
Zambelli.
Scott Z on Facebook or scottzambelli.com.
Exactly.
Contact me that way. I'll help you buy or sell a home.
Yep, and I'm at brettpinson.com, so you can check me out there. I got to update my listing of what shows I'll be at because it still says 2017. I've been lazy on that, but you can definitely hit me up there.
Although if you have a time machine, you can still find Brett in 2017.
Yeah, and I had more appearances last year than I did this year, so definitely check out that. But I think that's pretty good, and keep checking out the Echo Network for stuff. We're so happy to be on that network. And join us next week, live, 10 a.m. for more odd music. So until then, Jay, take us out, man.